Hi, so today we're going to start looking at proportions, and we're going to begin by just learning how to identify what is a proportion and what is not. So first of all, why would we learn this? Well, you can determine whether two ratios of length to width are equivalent. So if you take a look there, what they're trying to do is the students are trying to measure the width and the length of their heads, and the ratio compared the length to width. So in this example, this girl, her length is 10 inches and her width is 6 inches. And then for the boy, he has 25 centimeters to 15 centimeters. And that's just what that little saying, that's what it's talking about right here. It's just giving you the different ratios from length to width. So these ratios can be written as fractions. We know that. We know that ratios can be written as fractions. They can be written with the word to in between them or a colon. Now, for the purpose of proportions, they're going to be written as fractions. So you're going to be seeing these ratios written as fractions throughout this unit. Since both ratios can simplify to 3/5, they are equivalent. Equivalent, remember, means equal. Equivalent ratios are ratios that have the same comparison, meaning that they simplify to the same number. So the equation that starts with two ratios and they end up being equivalent are called proportions. So what we could say a proportion is a proportion is two equivalent ratios. That's what a proportion looks like. So here we have that 10 over 6 equals 25 over 15. And so since that's a true statement, we can say a ratio. This is a proportion. So here's an example. There's two of them. We're trying to decide whether these ratios are proportional or not. 2 over 7 and 6 over 21. Well, what we're going to do is we're going to see is, can we simplify the 6 over 21 and see what that equals? 2 over 7 does not simplify anymore, so I'm just going to leave that as 2 over 7. And then here's 6 over 21. Well, we can divide each by 3, and it ends up being 2 over 7. Since 2 over 7 equals 2 over 7, yes, this is a proportion. Here we've got 8 over 24 and 6 over 20. Here, both of them can simplify. So I'm going to simplify both of them. I'm going to simplify 8 over 24. Well, 8 goes into each of them, so that simplifies to 1 over 3. 6 over 20. The only thing that goes into each of those is going to be 2. So I would reduce both of them by dividing by 2, and I get 3/10. Well, 1/3 does not equal 3/10, so this is not proportional. Let's try a couple now on our own. So we've got 3/4 and 24 over 32. Well, 3/4 cannot simplify anymore. So I'm going to leave that just alone. Here, I'm going to go ahead and simplify 24 over 32. So I'm going to end up dividing both of them by 8. And 24 divided by 8 is 3, and 32 divided by 8 is 4. So yes, this is a proportion. Let's see here, we've got 5, 6, and 15 over 18. Well, 5, 6 cannot be simplified anymore, so we can just worry about this one. So I'm going to divide each of these by 3. Well, 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 18 divided by 3 is 6. 5, 6, yes, this is also proportional. Here, both of these can be simplified. 10 over 12 can reduce down to 5, 6. And then we've got 20 over 32. Let's see, 4 can go into each of those. Oh, I'm sorry, no, 4 cannot go into 30. Yes, 4 can go into 32. I get 5/8. No, that is not proportional. We've got 7/10. That cannot be reduced anymore. Here, the only thing that can go into 22 and 30 would be 2, so I would end up with 11 over 15, so no, not proportional. Here I've got 2. Notice that these two ratios, they look like improper fractions, but remember these are ratios, so that is just fine that they look like that. I'm still just going to go ahead and simplify each of those. So 9 over 6 can reduce down to 3 over 2. And here 21 over 7, well, what goes into 21 and 14? Well, 7 can, and I end up with 3 over 2. So yes, that is a proportion. 7/9 cannot be simplified anymore. Here I can divide each of those by 3. 24 divided by 3 is 8, and 27 divided by 3 is 9. So no, that is not proportional. So that's what you're looking for to find out if the ratios are proportional or not, is do they equal the same number? Can you simplify them? You could also multiply to see if that would also work. Good luck.